You are a concrete rose because your inner beauty shines through. Your inner beauty shines outward. So I had to alter the acoustics a little bit so that you could hear my voice over the background music. So in these last two videos, I may sound a little different, but this message came to mind literally as I was uploading my last video. This world is so obsessed with material possessions and physical beauty. Other people assume that when someone, especially when it comes with females, right? I don't know how intense it gets when it comes to males, but when it comes to females, people naturally assume that when two females don't get along or when one is jealous of the other, if you don't already know both individuals or both parties, people automatically assume that when someone is jealous, it has to do with looks and physical attractiveness, right? This message that came through is for a very specific person, okay? This jealous person in your life is actually someone of great beauty, right? Like by the world standards, this would be someone who is considered very attractive. Yet this person is still jealous of you. Now, when I say that, I don't mean to say that this individual is attractive themselves. It may be more of like if you don't wear makeup and if you don't like the long weaves, and if you're the type of person who you rather dress to be comfortable than to be stylish, if you're what's considered more of like a plain Jane in terms of the world standards of beauty, this person that's jealous of you may be considered more physically attractive, but they are still jealous of you because your inner beauty shines outward. And this person is jealous of the admiration that you get and thinks that because of their attractiveness, that all attention should always be on them. People, family members, just people that are around the both of you always tend to like you better. And, you know, when it comes to like chosen ones and spirituality, a lot of people talk about the black sheep, being the black sheep. But this is for someone who was actually a family favorite. This is for someone who has a great sense of humor. Like I'm getting a lot about you make people laugh, right? And I'm getting, you are someone, I don't know if it's like your delivery or you just how, but you are someone who has like a kind of out there sense of humor. You know how like everyone has a different sense of humor. Like some people, like I have some family members who like love the Klumps, and like that one dinner scene where they're going around the table and everyone's passing gas. Like to me, that's not funny. It's just disgusting, right? It's not funny. But then again, there are some people who literally watch that scene and are like falling out of their chair or can't breathe because they're laughing so hard. And to me, it's like, what exactly is it that we're laughing at, right? This person, like you have a great sense of humor, and you can make someone laugh even if y'all don't have the same sense of humor, right? But there's a lot about your sense of humor that really just shines, right? It really shines. Like people love to be around you because you turn everything into a good time, right? But this is the type of person where, like I said, I kept getting the sense of like someone who wants to be you so bad that they like steal your jokes, or they'll wait until they're in a different setting and they'll try to repeat your jokes. But even when they do that, the jokes don't hit the same. Like the punchline doesn't really hit the same because your jokes are so out there. Like your sense of humor is so different. Or like you could have people where you're talking about a specific topic and you kind of like throw a joke in there that's like on topic, even though it's something completely different, right? But it's like your sense of humor and this is someone who's like quick. I'm getting like Gemini, like you're quick-witted, right? You come up with things literally on the spur of the moment. But this is for someone who like when they steal your jokes, it doesn't hit the same, because in order for the joke to even fit, they would have to like purposely steer the conversation in like a specific direction, right? And like when they do that, it comes off as them trying way too hard, because it's like, okay, we were talking about this and you literally steered this conversation all the way over here into something else just so you could try to like throw that. Like it comes across as them trying too hard. Whereas with you, you're just naturally entertaining. Like I'm getting like, it just flows naturally to you. You are someone who is just naturally hilarious, but you're also kind-hearted and you're a gifted humanitarian. And a lot of your kindness, your humanitarian, you being a humanitarian, a lot of your sense of humor has to do with you being an energy reader, right? Like you're someone who, you know how to read the room, and you also know how to read people. Like you're someone who people don't even have to tell you. If someone's having a bad day, even if they're like trying to smile through it, if someone's having a bad day, you can just sense it. And like you may move differently, or you may be kinder, or there may be certain things that you do. Like you might, let's say you guys get like an hour lunch break, right? And you guys have to like, this is somewhere where you have to like take turns when you're going to lunch, right? So that the department doesn't get completely shut down. You might be someone who says, okay, I'm only going to take 35 minutes of my lunch break. And then when the other person goes, I'm going to give them my other 30 minutes so that they can have an hour and a half, because I just sense that they have a lot going on and they just need to step away for a second. And like people really appreciate that about you, right? But even like when it comes to being this person with this great sense of humor, because I'm getting a lot about you has to do with you being kind-hearted with a great sense of humor. But I'm getting, you're the type of person who you can get away with making inappropriate jokes. And that can be like inappropriate jokes of any nature, whether they be racy or just like, even if it's like race jokes. Like, you know how you'll have some people who get on YouTube and they can just do race jokes and it comes off as so funny, whereas other people just can't do that, right? They get what do you call it? What do they say now? You get they get canceled, right? But because you are so gifted at reading people's energies, I'm getting, you can turn a heavy situation into something lighthearted. Like, let's say something happens at work, right? Where like this serious situation happens. You know how to read the room and read people's energies so well that you can make an inappropriate joke about a serious situation that kills, right? that like it just kills, right? Whereas when other people try to do it, or when this other person tries to do it, they just look inconsiderate, they look evil and just really mean-spirited, right? But back to like the job thing, this person may even get a coworker, may even be a coworker. I mean, not get, it may be a coworker, because I'm getting like the sense of you being someone who, even when you make inappropriate jokes, you do it in front of management. Like you do it in front of team leads, supervisors, even the manager themselves. And like still people are like in tears from laughter, right? But there's like a need, I'm feeling like a need, because I did like write this down specifically so I did not forget. But I do feel the need to say like, be careful, because this is the type of person who is looking for you to make a joke that is just completely out there so that they can go to HR with a complaint. But even if they do, trust me, you're someone who's so well liked that like coworkers and even management has your back. Like even if this person goes to HR to make a complaint, this is not a complaint that's suspension or even termination worthy. This is like the type of complaint where HR just forwards it back down to management to handle it. And this is probably something that you'll never even hear anything about, right? Or unless like when y'all are doing reviews or something, it may come up when you are talking to your supervisor one-on-one, when y'all are doing like your annual reviews, it may be mentioned to like, hey, be careful about some of the jokes that you make because, someone took offense to it, but it literally won't go any further than that. Whereas like this person is going to get backlash because they're going to be the ones called into the office to discuss like how your department handles issues with personnel and like proper chain of command, right? So like the whole situation is going to turn around on them. But this person is jealous. Y'all know jobs that do those annual reviews, right? And you'll see people on YouTube doing shorts talking about either making fun of or doing like serious issues about these annual reviews. But let's say, for example, you have a type of job where a 5 is like the highest you can get, but because management does not want to, no one gets a 5 out of 5 because then they'd have to give you a raise. Although some jobs are reasonable where they're like, as long as you get a 3 I think, my job, it's the highest you can get is a 5, and as long as you get a 3.5 or higher, you're still eligible for a raise. So not all jobs make it to where it's completely impossible for anyone to get a raise, right? But this is the type of place where, like I said, the highest you can get is a 5. And most of the time they're giving people like 3s and 4s, like either meets expectations or goes above expectations. But you're the type of person where they won't give you a 5 out of 5 because, management tells them they can't do that, but they will give you above a 4. Like they'll give you a 4.25 or like a 4.5. Like you always get exceeds expectations, right? But this person that's jealous of you, like not even if you're not the person where this person is like a coworker or someone that is in a professional setting with you, but this person that's jealous of you is jealous of your strengths. Right? They're jealous of your strengths. They despise you simply because they can't do what you do, right? Your sense of humor, the way that you're able to give advice, your kind words are not only uplifting to people, but your kind words are actually healing. Your advice is healing. Your sense of humor, laughter is healing. That's why, like, if you're the type of person where you feel like people, or where you notice people are always getting attached to you, then this is for you, right? Like this person is jealous of how other people get attached to you. This person is jealous of how people open up to you. Like even if this person is a family member, if you guys are talking, let's say it's you and this person and a third family member, and this third family member is opening up saying, hey, I have this going on. And this person may say, well, hey, if I were you, I will do ABC. And you would be like, well, I don't know, that may give, that might work in the beginning, but after a while, it may not have, long lasting effects. If you really want to get the best out of this situation, I would do XYZ. And then this third person would listen and be like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Like this person is jealous that people take your advice over theirs. This person sees how your presence or your absence even affects people's moods and affects people's like days. Like how people will be so excited, like, oh, when is so-and-so going to be here? And if you don't come, they're like, oh man, I would have stayed at home. Or if you show up or if you're not supposed to be there, let's say, and you show up by surprise, how people get like excited when they see you pull up, right? This person sees how your presence, how people, they get attached to you. They want you around. This person wants to feel needed. This person wants to feel needed. They want people to respond to them as people respond to you, right? And because that's not happening, because this person doesn't have your, je ne sais quoi, or I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly, right? But because this person does not have your aura and your essence, what they're trying to do is they're trying to destroy the image of you, right? They're trying to tarnish other people's perceptions of you. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what they do, because it's not going to work, right? This person, either tries to destroy the image of you, or they try to one up you. They try to overshadow you. But it doesn't matter how much money they spend on themselves, on their hair, on their makeup, on their clothes. It does not matter. This person is not going to outshine you. This person is not going to overshadow you, because they will never light up a room the way that you do. Do not let this person's actions or harsh words affect you. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what they do. You will always rise from the ashes, because you are a concrete rose. So keep shining.